we are going to make some veggie patty bites. You could make them into mini burgers. We are not going to use bread today. We're just going to have them, dip them into some sauce. And I'm also going to make a little bit of a dip, a couple of different dips. I've got something really, really cool, which is this. Just discovered that a few days ago. And it's like a cucumber salsa kind of thing that that I'm gonna use as one dip. And then I'm gonna make another dip, which is a little bit more like on the creamy side of dips. So we're gonna use that. And the star of the show, there's 2 stars actually. So the main star, or 4 stars. 3 stars is here. We've got some big bad boys here. Some potato. And in addition to the potato, I've got also some lentils. So, and this is what we're going to use as the base of our lovely meal. So, potato and lentil. And this is the first thing I'm going to get in and boil. So, I'm going to boil the potatoes until they are soft, mash them up, boil lentils until they are soft, and then mash them up with lots of different vegetables. So, the first thing we want to do is get our lentils on the hob. And then the second thing we want to do is get our potatoes on the hob. So I'm just going to use like a cup like this. And I'm going to have like half a cup that size of lentils that I'm going to put in one pan. Half a cup of lentils and 1 cup of water. And those are red lentils, which are going to have a little bit of a mushy consistency when they boil. And this is on purpose for this recipe especially. So, and I'll just put the heat on for this pan and let them start sizzling. Potatoes, I've got, as I said, 3 big boys that I'm gonna peel. Okay, and then we're gonna start making them into cubes. They don't have to be tiny cubes, but they should be fairly small cubes, because the smaller we're gonna chop those, the faster they're gonna boil. I've got 2 big potatoes, so I've got like 2 potatoes in that kind of like size, which I just put into little cubes. 2 will be fine. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of water, just to cover them, enough water to cover my my potatoes, and add a little bit of salt. Speeds up the cooking process and helps to keep the starch together. And we're gonna use the right plate, hopefully. Yeah, and that's just gonna boil. My lentils have started bubbling, which is great. So they're just gonna go and bubble away. I'm gonna have some vegetables, which I roughly gonna chop, put them into my choppy blendy thing. And then just make them small so I can, mix them in with things. And my lentils, as you can see, they're going a bit mushy, which is lovely because this is what we want. So I'm just gonna keep my lentils on low heat now. Okay, I'm gonna just squeeze the juice of 1 lemon and put that into my lentils for now, so they give my lentils a little bit of moisture, which is gonna make sure they're not like sticking together too much, and a lovely lemony flavor. So I'm gonna roughly chop my carrot. This is gonna bubble. Roughly chop my carrot here and put that into my blender thing. Yeah, so I'm gonna add some peppers as well, and some mushrooms. 2 cloves of garlic also going in here. Roughly chop some peppers also going in here. That's the nice thing with the blender thingy. You just chop it and pop it in. Roughly chop and then pop. And then I'm gonna add my lovely, and those are beautiful mushrooms. I mean, look at those mushrooms. They also go into the blender. 3 mushrooms and they're also gonna give us a little bit of solidity. All right, that's looking good. So blended up all the bits that were in there. It's a little bit liquidy, but that's no problem. I'm just gonna mash my potatoes now. I've got roughly mashed potato, and then I've got my pepper, garlic. What else did I put in? Mushroom, pepper, garlic, carrot mix, which I'm gonna put in here as well. And as you can see, the potato, I literally just drained the potato and mashed it. So a lot of that liquid from here is hopefully soaked up in there. Lentils, lemony lentils, also going in here. This is where the magic happens now. Some bath. Okay. Get it all out of the pan. And last but not least, black beans. Alright, we are mixing. This is a tiny bit liquidy. Not liquidy, but moist. So, I'm gonna add a little bit of flour. I'm gonna use chickpea flour for this, to make it a little bit healthier. So probably like a cup. I'm also gonna add some cornmeal, which is basically polenta. Half a cup. And then I'm gonna add some spices. So I've got some salt, some pepper, the basic salt, pepper. Be generous. So I'm also gonna add some paprika. I'm gonna use the rest of my paprika here. It's nearly empty. And I'm gonna use some ground cumin as well to get a bit of a lovely nice flavor. And then I've got some English mustard. Doesn't have to be English. If it's French or Dijon, that's cool as well. And add a generous small teaspoonful of that, and then give that a mix. Okay, so I'm just gonna make some patties now. Look at that. It's gonna be so nice. And you could make burgers pretty much like that, you know, so easy peasy burger squeezy. They're not really bites now, actually. Should make them smaller. And I'm just gonna heat up some oil in my pan, and I'm gonna use oil just because I don't want this to stick. Okay, and I'm gonna add them to my pan, give it a few minutes on each side, and that should be fantastic. Patty, patty, patty. Aren't they beautiful? Look at my beautiful patties. Okay, so and I fit about 4 in my pan. This is what they look like. Yeah, so they're a bit bigger than bites. I'm gonna make a few more that are smaller now. So I'm just gonna use some German Sojade, which is funny because they sell that here in the shops, which is lovely. So, and I'm gonna use, again, something German, so why not? Because this is from a supermarket called Aldi in Germany. My mom trustedly sends this to me, and this is a vegan one. It's a balsamic salad dressing, but top tip, you can use it and make dips with it. So you basically just mix this with some soy yogurt or coconut yogurt or whatever, you know, farm-based yogurt you've got. Mix this in, and voila, you've got an Italian balsamic. Oh, I love those so much. Here we go. So those are our bites, our small bites, and some dippity dip that go hand in hand. How lovely is this? Easy, fairly quick, but full of vegetables and nutrients, and there we go. How lovely is this? Perfecto. Thank you all for watching.